The scene begins with a shocking moment. A man is suddenly attacked from behind and strangled with a wire, while his girlfriend is happily jumping on a bouncy bed right in front of him. She has no idea that danger is already right beneath her, and as she lands again, she is violently stabbed multiple times before she can even react. At the same time, a butcher-like killer appears behind another girl and swings an axe at her. She narrowly avoids it, turns around, and runs for her life. But within seconds, her friend disappears from her sight. The smart girl quickly hides among a pile of mannequin heads, hoping to stay unnoticed, but the killer is slowly getting closer. She tries to defend herself by grabbing a pair of scissors, but accidentally knocks over a spray bottle, revealing her position. Realizing the danger, she runs out of the school to escape. The killer then changes his target and attacks a canteen worker, the same freezer woman. He forces her face into a bowl, then drags her to the freezer and presses her face against the freezing surface. Her face begins to freeze and stick painfully. The killer picks up an axe, and she is left screaming in agony. The canteen woman somehow escapes and locks herself inside a storeroom. She tries to call the police, but her hands are covered in blood, so the phone won't unlock. Her injured face prevents Face ID from working. With no other choice, she runs outside. But the moment she steps out, she is hit by the killer's car. Desperate, she tries to hide inside a trash bin, but the heavy lid injures her even more. Now the story reveals the truth behind the killer's motive. The day before Thanksgiving, a supermarket held a major sale event. People started fighting over items, but things went out of control. Some were trampled to death. One person lost an arm, and a woman was brutally injured by a shopping cart. The worst part, the canteen woman was one of the people involved in that chaos. This is why the killer is taking revenge. That same night, one of the men involved returns home. He notices a strange mask lying on his sofa. Suddenly, he is attacked with a saw. A wire is wrapped around his neck, and he is strangled to death. The killer then leaves with his severed head. Back to the surviving girl. She wakes up and realizes the killer plans to make her his next victim. She pretends to be unconscious. As the killer turns away to sharpen his knife, she quietly escapes and hides. She slowly moves, barely breathing, trying not to make any noise. The killer searches for her. She changes positions, and taking advantage of a moment, runs upstairs. She enters a room, but the windows are sealed. No way out. Looking for tools, she opens a refrigerator, and is shocked to find a person inside who is still alive. The victim desperately begs for help. The girl quickly covers their mouth, knowing the killer could arrive any second. She quietly closes the fridge and signals them to stay silent. In the very next moment, the killer breaks in. The girl hides and prepares to attack with a bottle if needed. But strangely, the killer doesn't search the room and leaves. She finally takes a breath of relief. But suddenly, an attack comes through the wall. This time she cannot escape. The killer captures her, ties her hands and feet, and puts her inside an oven. As the temperature rises, she screams in agony. The killer opens the oven and injects her with a sedative. Now completely helpless, she cannot escape. And in the end, as she is killed and turned into the killer's dinner,